After a brutal shift at work, a meal delivered to your office should be a relief. But when the box opens, the gesture collapses. For the entire 10 years they've been together, this wife has maintained a vocal, consistent hatred for mayonnaise. Her husband arrived with rice, broccoli, and sausage, but he smothered every component in a thick layer of the one condiment she finds revolting. She looked at the meal and asked a simple question. "In 10 years, have you ever seen me put mayo on my rice?" He explained that he mixed in her favorite hot sauce to create a special surprise. When she didn't enjoy it, he accused her of being ungrateful for criticizing a favor. This interaction moves beyond a simple disagreement over lunch. It illustrates the friction that occurs when an act of service ignores a partner's established boundaries. This timeline tracks the decade-long history of their relationship. It shows a consistent pattern: her continuous rejection of mayonnaise, while he increasingly adds it to everything from pizza to pasta. When we isolate this specific moment, the online community's response was nearly unanimous. They pointed out that after 10 years, his choice was less of a surprise and more of a dismissal. This dynamic is a giver-centric favor, an act where the person helping prioritizes their own preferences or ego over the actual needs of the recipient. A true receiver-centric favor requires the empathy to prioritize the other person's tastes. A genuine favor requires you to mentally step into the other person's perspective. Here, the gesture remains trapped in the giver's own circle. By cooking a meal exactly the way he prefers to eat it, he suggests a prioritization of his own tastes over a decade of her explicit feedback. He fulfilled the social obligation of helping, but did so in a way that ensured the effort remained entirely self-serving. The ruined lunch is the immediate problem, but the defensive reaction that followed reveals the deeper tension in the relationship. In a typical apology loop, a partner acknowledges a mistake and offers a solution. Instead, the husband pivoted to a different defense. This flowchart illustrates a defensive pattern. When a mistake is called out, the person shifts the conversation toward their own good intentions and expects the other person to provide gratitude in return. Note how the good intentions node expands. By emphasizing the effort of the special sauce, he attempts to block any legitimate criticism of the meal's failure. This pattern flips the roles. Suddenly, the person left with an inedible lunch is cast as the villain for failing to show appreciation. This defensive reaction is often more damaging than the initial mistake. It replaces a discussion about boundaries with a demand for unearned validation. Most of us are taught to never look a gift horse in the mouth, that we should be grateful for any effort made on our behalf. But that social rule applies to genuine gifts. A gesture that is intentionally unfit or disrespectful to the receiver's known boundaries does not demand gratitude. The wife in the story was clear that her marriage is healthy and that this specific incident isn't a reason for divorce. However, the anecdote serves as a clear litmus test. It shows how micro-disrespect can hide within long-term relationships through the gradual pushing of boundaries. Care is found in the sustained attention paid to a partner's boundaries. Without that attention, gratitude cannot be expected.